good. So this is going to be another edition of a Raen Reborn. So I was out last week because Gen Con, and I'm going to be out for PAX as well, so that's kind of going to be disappointing, but PAX is a little ways out, so... Okay, so we're going to continue with the Crystal Tower today. I think I finally unlocked Labyrinth of the Ancients, so let's just queue right up for that. It may take me a while before I can actually get into it. There we go. Hopefully not. It'd be nice if it just immediately popped in, but we'll see what we get. I wait on this. Oh boy, that's gonna be rough. Let's see, what else can I do while eating? Well... my first time in there. Does that count for something? No, it does. Probably. So, the interesting thing about the Crystal Tower is that it is the only 24-man raid that has 6 tanks in it. Which means it is frequently waiting on tanks, rather than other things. Yeah, if I'd been able to do this beforehand, if I had been doing this a little bit earlier, then the people finding the relic would have been in there. But unfortunately... God, this is sad. Forest Yard, Upper Lenosha. Oh. It's pretty useless to finish my hunting log on Black Mage at this point, but I mean, I need something to do. The other thing to do that I could do, of course, you know, I mean, I've been doing some Atma grinding, so that's an option. But other than that, there is also leveling my Arcanist and my Archer, because I don't have full... I don't actually have them at... I don't have my cross-class skills from those classes yet. So, that would be something that I could do as well. So let's see, Gen Con was a lot of fun. Really interesting. You know, I had read something online that said that you should try not to schedule, I think, like more than 4 or 5 events. And I scoffed, because Gen Con is 4 days long. You know, and we were leaving late on Sunday, so it wasn't like we were going to have to get out of the place really soon. But, they were totally right. Like, really, you don't want to schedule that many events. I mean, I'm sure there are some people for whom it'll work a lot, but if you're not one of those people who knows that it's going to work well for them, then I'd kind of, yeah, agree with that criticism. I scheduled 7. I only got to do 6 of them, unfortunately, because one of the ones which I had scheduled was for this, there's this RPG that I saw last time at Gen Con, which is of Dreams and Magic. And I thought it was really interesting. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Mage, The Awakening. except possibly with a more controlled system. So I was really looking forward to be able to play that, and unfortunately, like, I wasn't able to. The GM was a no-show. They aren't affiliated with the Of Dreams and Magic team, who are a bunch of great guys. So, you know, it was kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. So I played a little bit in the Ethera setting, which is a new Pathfinder setting, and that was kind of interesting because I hadn't played much Pathfinder before. I painted a pony. I decided to try my hand at the very popular Paint a My Little Pony event. And that was quite a bit of fun. It's difficult though, like, and unfortunately, my cell phone, is now permanently painted with some of the ink that I had on my fingers when I was handling my phone. So teaches me, don't do that. Pro pony painting tips. Don't touch your phone while you're painting your pony. I am not completely satisfied with how my pony turned out, but that's basically because I'm not very good at painting things. It is not one of my core competencies. I'm more of a writer. So, but it was, you know, quite a relaxing thing to do. Also, let's see, went to see Mystery Anime Theater, which was interesting, and I also attended a bunch of their panels for they have this writers seminar thing that they do there. So I attended 3 panels. One on writing for video games, one on, let's see, writing fight scenes, which was great. I really liked that one. And last but not least was the one on the business of writing, which was talking about numbers, which was pretty well delivered. I was, you know, Maxwell Drake did it, so that was really awesome. I'd gotten some of the information from other places, because if you look around online, you can kind of get a vague idea for what kind of numbers you're looking at, but I trust his numbers overall more, so even though, you know, it included some new stuff that I wasn't aware of, so that was interesting. Let's see, what else did I do? Is there anything else? Should be one more, I think, if I did 7 events. No, that's all of them. Okay, so, yeah, it was quite a bit of fun, as usual. The exhibitors hall was was really interesting. Met the Kingdom Death crew, which was pretty cool. So that was a lot of fun. Got some answers to some questions I had a lot of. I did not ask all of them, and after leaving I was like, if I'd only asked more of them. Speaking of Kingdom Death, I will be re-hosting my husband's stream a little bit later, where he and I are going to be playing Kingdom Death Monster. We're going to be starting the People of the Stars campaign, which is off of the Dragon King expansion, which is unfortunately sold out right now. We're looking forward to it. It looks like an interesting spin on the game, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more success with it than we had with our Green Knight armor playthrough. Oh, I mean, definitely looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. Let's see, what else? We're a little behind on anime, so nothing really to talk about there. Raen Blue has been holding my attention as usual. My raid group made a little bit of progress into Swindler, which is the 3rd boss of the 2nd fight. current raid content, so that was pretty cool. We'd made it there before, but we hadn't really done that much with it, so it was really thrilling to see that, you know, we made a little bit more progress than we had been before. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so... oh. Okay, so I've completed the bug for... also around... Osmoids, I guess. I am super far behind my hunting log. It stops at 50, so, you know, not that far behind, I guess. But usually you do your hunting log. You don't just ignore it. I hope this pops. Gotta say, actually doing the Crystal Tower seems pretty difficult. Disappointing. I find it kind of funny too. Oh, right, I don't think there's really much Allegan Catalyst in the Labyrinth of the Ancients either, so if you wanted to actually farm it, you'd be doing the later. Well, there's part of your explanation. I still need to clip down the ending for the fall patch. I have just not. I just haven't been getting around to doing it. Terrible. I mean, I kind of have an excuse. Gen Con's pretty big. But I still feel a little guilty. That off. Plasmoid. South Shroud. Camp Tranquil to find adamantoises. So I did see one person show some interest in my translation for... sudden abrupt food thing. It's not that big of a deal though. Oh, I just needed 2 adamantoises. Okay, so there's that. That was quick and easy. Alright, so next we are going to Southern Vandaland, Central Shroud. are all Kurthus, and then Eastern Thanalan. So no more Southern Thanalan. Okay, so now let's head down to Forgotten Springs. When you think about it, the name's kind of funny, you know, since it's not all that forgotten. There's a, you know, I mean, there's a village here. I guess technically things aren't always named accurately, if you know what I mean. So, Russet Yarzan. I completely fire starter. Oh, look, I've got another fire starter, which I'm not going to be able to... Okay. Marvel at my one-handed gaming skills. I can control this. Part of it is because I use a Razer Naga mouse, which means that I have access to all of my attack abilities right there on my hand. That's really useful. Let's see, is there anything else in this area? Yes, smoke bomb. Guess that's probably all the way to the south. Eastern Lenosha. Okay. So let's get up on my chocobo. And start going. Far south. Here's the smoke bombs. Ah, well, it's filling. That's a good sign. Five of these two. Now, so Dania for this one. thought I remembered Spriggans from those lists. Like, I actually teleported here because I needed revenants, but... Spriggans, too? Oh, just 2 Spriggans. Shh. That's not even, getting it started. Well. Spriggans accomplished. Yeah, the revenants are a bit of a pain to find if you don't know what you're looking for. Go down here. You have to come in from the right direction. They're only in this location. And actually, you know, there may be revenants somewhere else, but this is where you find them normally. That is that. Off to... See, I think Jig... one of the things that I needed. Oh, and they're both right here. That's very convenient. It's gonna suck me down, though. Yep. I really can't do anything to... though. I mean, this would follow a very natural progression. Bah. I had actually done it when it was supposed to be done, but I did not. Scathe these guys to death. Probably. Hey, that was a nice Scathe crit. Next. It's up to... Ice sprites are everywhere. Anyway, so as I was saying before, if you're interested in seeing me do fan translations of older video games, please let me know. There's one in particular. It's on my YouTube channel, which is Summon94. So if you're interested, please find that video and let me know. Five ice sprites, huh? Aspiring botanist over here. Exactly, speeding along. Rocks are to the south and walked right past the feral crocs. I actually spend all of my streaming time waiting raid, and then I don't get in. I am gonna be the saddest panda. Saddest lizard? Something like that. Oh, I have to kill 5 of these things. Ugh. As I ignore the feral black sheep completely. This massive experience. Oh yeah. I'm totally gonna get to level 60 like this. And I'm really hopeful that once it starts filling, like for real, it just fills right up. Get like an alliance queuing or something like that, that could be a real nice boost. But right now, man, it's not speeding along. Let's see, books. So I've been reading a novel, Awaken Online. Catharsis, I think is the subtitle. It's actually pretty interesting. Apparently, so I've seen this term a couple of places, I guess, lit RPG. So it's about a guy who joins an MMO, fully immersive MMO, of course. So, oh, this isn't fate. So he joins this MMO, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, one of the fascinating things is that he's not playing your cookie-cutter good character. So it's kind of interesting. I've been enjoying it actually reasonably well. It is certainly a nice break from reading, what was the second book? The White Luck Warrior, which is the second book in the second series by R. Scott Bakker, which is really good, but it just is not something that you can read a lot of in a short sitting. It's a difficult read for a bunch of reasons. It is not about heroic deeds and happy people. Let's just put it that way. frequently find yourself not sure who you should be rooting for. Or even if you're rooting for a particular person, you're kind of like, same time, okay, I'm rooting for this guy, but how much better is he really? That's interesting. But it's a difficult read. Not easy to just... not easy to read, definitely. Let's see here. So I need to get golden fleeces, which are a pain to kill. Less of a pain than they used to be. In my day, as a black mage, we didn't get Astral Fire or Umbral Ice stacks if we attacked something that had Stone Skin up and we didn't break the Stone Skin. I remember very painfully, very slowly, trying to burn down one of the monsters for the Lightning Returns crossover event with FF13. Oh man, that was terrible. I was just sitting there, like, just beating on it for like 15 minutes. Not the kind of thing that you want to be a black mage doing. It was hell. So they fixed that, which made me thrilled, because I was that, oh man. That would have seriously made me consider dumping this class if that had continued. Though, of course, there have been a couple of interesting side effects. I presume they're side effects, I'm not 100% sure. Like, for instance, Forgal in, what is it? Lost City of... no, Amdapor Keep Hard Mode. Forgal, you can put a thunder dot on him while his stone skin is up. So I usually try to time it so I cast a Thunder 3. Right as his stone skin is wearing off, and I don't get the front loaded damage off of it, but I don't really care that much. What I'm really doing is just trying to get the dot on him when he comes out of it. Here we go, Golden Fleece, the last thing that I need for this stage of the hunting log. Oh, I'm losing people, that's not good. No, come back, save me. Ugh, 5 of these, ugh. Used to be that there were people farming these all the time because these are how you get Snurble Tufts. If I'm remembering, yep, there we go, Snurble Tufts. Okay, so that would be my level 40 hunting log, so... stuff in Kurtha. Plant loggers, ugh. Okay, well, let's pop out to Kurthus and do these dragonflies. I feel like I'm being forced into the path of inefficiency. Yeah, I think I have to go all the way out to Whiterun. Or, you know, join this fate. Oh man, I need 6 of these? What is that? Ridiculous. Terrible. Not a big fan of these battlers hanging out nearby. Feels like it's just a matter of time until one of them decides to try to make a snack out of me. There we go. So, other than the dragonflies, I also had to do the giant loggers, I think, out of this area. Giant logger. Back up to 2, 4. Let's see, so in other news, I've been playing a little bit of Brave Exvius, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which is... it's not really the best of all games that I've played. I like Grand Blue better, but, you know, it's got its entertaining parts. I got Galuf and Lena, and I also got the Warrior of Light, which is nice. I still seem to be having a lot of trouble putting together a solid party. That's kind of frustrating. I think I should be able to do something at this point. I think probably leveling up my Warrior of Light, and then a couple of other things. Lena's probably going to be my new healer. She's good. I've got, oh my god, I have such a glut of magic DPS, it's terrible. I have gotten so many Kefkas out of the gacha that it is ridiculous. I've also gotten 6 Sabins, which, don't get me wrong, I like Sabin. Sabin's a great character. Awesome guy, and I'm so tired of getting him out of the gacha system. Like, every time I do a draw, it's like, what do I get? Sabin. It's gonna be not in the cards. It's not gonna be a thing. You have to do the Labyrinth of the Ancients. That would make me incredibly sad. Super, ultra, extra sad. Guess technically these things could aggro on me. Last giant logger. That is the ones that... That fat Moogle mount is utterly ridiculous. Completely and utterly ridiculous. Certainly seems like it's not in the cards, huh? Oh yeah, I guess it's technically within level range of me. Just walking around with impunity. Getting lazy, that's what it is. No. Watch pot never boils, so maybe I should stop looking at the queue. Back up to 248. They're too low level to actually aggro on me. I hate this area. Nobody does this fate. Wants to fight a Morble in a room with other Morbles. Like, Morbles are this terrible 1-2 punch because it's bad enough that if you don't dodge, it's very easy to die. The other problem is that since they're sound triggered, like, it is very easy to accidentally trigger another Morble while you are fighting the first one. And then the second one, and then the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one, and you're just surrounded by bloody Morbles. Yeah, at least these aren't actually considered part of the fate. That would suck. Shroud. Ah, so yeah, it is down here. Like, I'm trying to find you people to play. I just can't. Kids are all the way in the back. Bunches of kids. Seriously, do not remember needing to do this many things. That's the cats. Western Lenosha. Where am I going? Oh my god. It's a miracle. Please let it. I gotten the plasmoids here instead. Tanks. coming, but I'm still sad. Pop number 2. Looks like probably nope number 2. I mean, people are trickling. Aww. So next on the list is Critter Golem. So underground near White Wolf Gate. Not exactly all. Woo! Success. Alright. This was amazing the first time. Watching all 24 people walk in. Okay. Alright, so we start out by going left. It does activate the elegant teleporters, but you have to get to the first teleport, which is off to the left. Okay, so this is interesting because this floor turns stuff. See that over there? It overflows after a certain period of time. So the Valifors were interesting because they're one of the very few trash mobs in the game that can wipe the entire raid. So the thing about the Valifors is, see, he positioned it wrong. See, if he uses tail drive, it's going to attack the entire cone, which some people will not be able to get out of, and will get hit with concussion, which hurts. So usually what you're supposed to do is grab them and then face them outside of the arena so that they don't cause any trouble. Oh boy, did tanks used to take such crap if they screwed that up. Understandably, because as I said, it could wipe the raid. Now here's the third trash room. People invading it outside the area. Okay, so here's the first boss, which is the Bone Dragon. This boss, well, used to be honestly one of the hardest. Super frustrating. So, the interesting thing about this boss is that you basically have to kill it 3 times. So, as you DPS it, these platinals appear right here, and they have to be pulled away from the boss. Yes, I'm doing. That wasn't exactly perfect. Well, and then if the... Good. So we survived. So basically, if the platinals are too close to each other, like these two, or if they're still alive when the boss dies, they get really fast and run in. And then they do a whole room AoE that does a lot of damage that can kill you if you're not careful. So now we're past the hard part of this fight. It's basically almost impossible to screw it up at this point. Oh boy. Well, that's sort of... Brief equipment malfunction. Okay, so now we go right. So each alliance has to take a location. So A, B, C, left is A, middle is B, right is C. So I'm on the right. Oh god, this boss battle. Okay. It's not exactly a boss battle. Alright, this is kind of trash, actually. So there's a platform in the center of the arena right there, as you can see. They're color-coded. Note that the ones in the back match the color, but not of yours. So B's platform matches C's monster's platform. So you need to have 4 people on the platform, otherwise the team can't attack their boss. So typically, all of the ranged stand on the platform, plus the healers. The tanks either switch off getting ads, or they, or one DPSs the boss while the other just handles the ads. And the melee DPS attack the... So we're not on our platform. Yeah, so for some reason the scholar didn't want to stand on the platform. So because of that, we have to wait a little bit longer for A to kill their Atomnos. So once you accomplish that, then you move on. If too many people are dead, I'm not exactly sure what the precise trigger condition is. But basically, if you are on the if you can't have enough people to stand on the platform, then an iron giant comes out in all 3 areas and kills you. So that you can't get into a state where people are just hanging on, but they can't actually win. So this boss is interesting. You can't actually attack him unless you have the astral realignment debuff. So this guy has it. So he can attack Thanatos. I can't. So if you can't attack Thanatos, your job is to kill ads. So that's what I'm doing. There are 2 types of ads. There are the Nemesis, which are basically very similar to the Succubus style ads. And then there are these Sandmen, which just go directly for these magic pots. So the magic pots are what actually provides that astral realignment debuff. So no magic pot, no astral realignment. So you want to protect those pots. Healers can stone skin them. Or heal them, that's fine. Occasionally, one of the pots will get tethered to Thanatos, at which point it will walk in his direction until it is fully healed. It takes about like half of its hit points when it starts moving, so you gotta heal it to full, otherwise it will continue moving until it dies, basically. Okay. Next is straight ahead. This series of battles frequently wiped people as well. Honestly, Labyrinth of the Ancients, in some ways the mechanics were pretty unforgiving. There used to be a lot of frustration when people needed to do this weekly for their loot. Actually, some of the mechanics don't even really hold up, because now you have so much DPS that it can actually be a bit of a problem sometimes. Specifically on the boss that is after this one. Okay, so for this one, Alliance A takes this one, Alliance B takes the one in the back, and Alliance C takes this one right here. There is a bomb in the center of the arena. Note that it is tethered to the Visagos. You cannot kill it until all of the Visagos are dead. So during the fight, there will be two things that pop. One are Allegan balloons, which have an aggro table, and you have to kill them, otherwise they do a full room AoE. And then there's the Allegan napalm. The Allegan napalm spawns in a location and goes directly for the bomb. If it reaches the bomb gets larger. I think that also... It's a little bit unclear, some of these mechanics at this point. But essentially, tank the Visagos apart from each other. It's not happening right now. Kill the ads. And kill your Visagos. Oh, if the Visagos get too much difference in HP, then they get a vulnerability down. Which means that they're harder to kill. So you mostly kill them at approximately the same time because you really don't have a choice. But that's supposed to discourage you from... Ah, shit. Like, see? That's what's not supposed to happen. That's supposed to discourage you from, just DPSing the boss and ignoring the ads. Ignoring your ads. They also drop these puddles, which you need to move them, and of course, because A, you don't want to be standing in the puddles, and B, you need some coordination because you don't want the Visagos close to each other. Visago dead. And now we need to kill the bomb. Which goes down pretty fast, honestly. If it didn't explode before you killed the Visagos, usually you don't have any problem killing it before it actually explodes. So this is King Behemoth, the cause of many crying, many tears, and many vote abandons of this instance. It's a complicated fight. So once the battle starts, everybody's gonna get an electrocution debuff. And that's gonna tick for damage that the healers need to heal. So you need somebody assigned to each of the towers to push the button when it starts electrifying. If it gets to the top, then it does a discharge over the whole arena and everybody's unhappy. There are two jobs for tanks in this fight. One person has to tank King Behemoth. the other one needs to tank the Iron Giant, who's right there. Otherwise, the DPS needs to kill the Peroboros. Bad. So we have to hide because otherwise it's gonna kill us with Ecliptic Meteor. So every time the King Behemoth drops below a certain level of health, he uses Ecliptic Meteor. That again. Survive this. Okay, no problem. It will kill you. You just are one shot if you don't stand behind a meteor for that part. People who get green marks have meteors dropped on their heads. See that withering monkey guy? He's got a meteor mark over his head. You kind of want to try to drop it in a reasonable place, not too close to other meteors, in a place where people can hide behind it for the ecliptic meteors, etc. You don't want to be standing next to a comet if you don't have to be, because if the Iron Giant attacks it, then it explodes and everybody gets burned. Burns suck. You don't want to be burned. Nobody likes being burned. So that's a pain if you let that happen. And your healers are unhappy and probably used to kill you, pretty much. Unless your healers were really on the ball. Okay. So we have released the center location. And here comes Phlegathon. Oh shit. There we go. Managed to get in just in time. Okay, so this guy has the most interesting AoEs in the game, or at least he used to when he came out. Overall the fight's pretty simple, aside from dodging the AoEs. It used to be a little bit challenging for the healers. It's not quite as bad as it used to be. Particularly since as a scholar, he basically just ignored like all of your damage down abilities. So you'd succor for like one of his things and it just would go right through it. It would completely shield. So that sucked. So after you see the 3 iron claws appear and this disappears, then everybody has to run to the platforms. You need 4 people on the platforms to establish the shield. If you're in the shield, then you die, like that. So then we have to kill the Iron Giant. Then there will be a Iron Claw. It's not always here. Got seized. Okay. So, back to Phlegathon. But we're pushing phases so fast that it's already Iron Claws. Back on the pad. Very soon. Stand very close to the pad because you don't want to be the guy that ends up letting die because you weren't there. There, now on the pads. Pads. Okay, thank God. And he's gonna die. Nobody's really seems to be taking this all that seriously. But that's it. Like, aside from the pads thing, that's pretty much the fight. His, AoEs get steadily more complicated, but you almost never see them in these days. After dungeon cutscene. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, honestly. Wow. Though, trying to get a group of adventurers together was even worse. This is a joke because when they localized his name, they called him Acheron, but then they needed Acheron for a monster later in the series, so they renamed him Phlegethon. Wow. Okay. Indeed. You're welcome. I'm thrilled to go monster hunting for people. Okay, in fairness, blowing things up and all that. Indeed. Since this was just the foot of the tower, getting close to it. Watch, I pop out and I'm immediately... not immediately attacked. Gasp. Okay. It's inspiration. Yes, I survived. With no severe injuries, unlike we would have received in a typical expedition in Kingdom Death Monster. Yes, they did not seem not the wit, reduced by time. Fair enough. Ah, come on, I can deal with it. Good old Biggs and Wedge. Honestly, I think it would be a bit wait. Oh, I doubt that'll be a problem, though then again, waiting for the queue to pop, sometimes it seems that way. Dear. This is exactly what Sid was worried about. Yes, of course. Well, in fairness, I still need to beat a path through the tower. They appear to not be. Yeah, sure. Though I already know it's gonna be bad. Aww. Well, sometimes research goes this way. Is there something similar now? Ah. Ah, come on, I'm sure you can figure out something. Either that or we could just satisfy ourselves with the fact Nero probably wouldn't be able to get in either. Ah, mysterious figure. That's not suspicious at all. Oh. Maybe you've got elegant ancestry. Well, we caught Graha's. They caught Graha's attention. Well, I mean, if they're enemies, though. Oh, hopefully. I mean, hopefully it doesn't end badly, though, because just because we actually make some progress doesn't mean that, you're gonna like the consequences of it. Right. Be a little faster getting into the next one. Alright, so here's Biggs. Oh, we might have a solution to that. That is an ornate door. This looks like a... It looks about how I felt sometimes when I was actually playing the Witness. They're actually dressed in high elegant armor from the second coil. Well, that worked. Well, the two of them did. Wow, he introduces himself straight up. Yeah, just a bit. That's an interesting thought. I suppose that's what you get for punishing people who screw up. A plus Sid not being gullible. Wow, that's interesting. Well, you sort of got what you want after all. Well, given that they didn't storm the tower immediately, that's kind of promising at least. Gonna buy him flowers, Nero? Look out, he's trying to hack your computer. Okay. Yeah, considering they didn't try to break down the doors immediately or anything. Aw, Wedge is so adorably innocent. Yeah, but it's hardly surprising these days. He sounds sarcastic when he says it. Well, it sort of was. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? It's certain to be a fascinating story. Right? Hey. Okay. And I'm sure that everybody thought originally that it was just an adaptation to name the second one a... I think it's a bit soon to say that, Sid. So it's Zande's fault that Dalamud was up there. That could not have satisfied Zande. Which turned out to be now, I guess. Ah. Ah. And unfortunately, it needs to be sunk. Sounds good to me. Sure, no problem. Easy peasy. As Sid and Nero seem to be having it out in the background. Oh, wow. Probably not, no. Us, you say? I think I'm gonna need it. And that's about all we have time for today. I will quickly talk to Ine. That's sad. Well, and that is it for now. So, thank you again for joining me. Sorry it took so long to actually get into Syrcus Tower. Or excuse me, the Labyrinth of the Ancients. Next time I'll be doing Syrcus Tower, so please look forward to it. I will also be peeling out sometime, maybe next weekend actually, to do the Moonfire Fair event. So please look forward to it. And in about 2.5 hours, I will be doing Kingdom Death Monsters stream with Forged by Geeks. So if you're interested, please tune in. Otherwise, you can check it out on my Kingdom Death Monster playlist. So once again, thank you for joining me. If you're on Twitch, please follow me, and if you're on YouTube, please like, favorite, and subscribe. Thanks again, and have a great day.